Lynch, I want to ask you a question. Was you a gangster in your other life? Can you hear me? You can hear me? Call the
Say,
Lynch. Was you a gangster in your other life? That picture, man. I just
no,
noticed that picture.
no, it ain't in my former life. It's still in my current
Oh my
life.
God. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to When the Right One Comes Men's Night. And I don't know what week it is. Frank, do you know? You can hear me?
It ain't cleared up for me yet. I can't make out what you're saying.
You can't hear me?
It it normally take a minute before I can hear you.
Everybody else can hear me?
I can't make out what you're saying.
Oh, okay. He need interpretation of tongue.
It just cleared up. I hear you now.
Okay. I say, what week is this? Do you know any at all?
I stopped counting, brother.
So what y'all think it is? 30?
No,
About 24.
Are you sure
it ain't 30
It
for
ain't
sure.
30.
it ain't 30? Because the prophets is how many? At least 30, right?
I think it's been about 30.
No, I think we're over 30. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, at any rate, we know hundreds of thousands have looked at it because we
That's
hit
for
at
sure.
least, yeah, for sure. We hit at least 15, 20,000 a week. That's just on Facebook. That's not YouTube. That ain't y'all pages. That ain't Periscope. That ain't, yeah, it's wow. Want to do a few announcements before I need y'all to invite and share as we are, ooh, that echo is something else. I need y'all to invite and share. I need at least 20 people. It's the 25th week. Are you sure? He said he think.
It can't be 30 because that would be
It
like
might be.
June.
It,
We didn't start until end of August, 1st of September, right?
are you sure?
Yeah.
It seemed like it been longer than that. Okay. All right. So let's do this. Make a couple of announcements in the beginning. Um, I am happy to announce that tomorrow night we will have the answer to the men that y'all been asking for, and that is the women. When the right one comes, uh, men and dating from a single woman's perspective. The lovely Ashley Winston from Chicago, Diamond Gant. I don't from the East Coast, Erica Jackson from Louisiana, Yolanda Mercer from the Carolinas, Jennifer Connor from Atlanta, Georgia, Destiny Inspire from Georgia, and Anisha Sharp from where, Lord, I just had a block. Y'all know where Anisha from. I don't know. Anyway. Uh oh, OKC. Tomorrow night at 9 p.m. All women's edition. And somewhere down the line, we're gonna bring all these women together with these men right here. And I would say that I did do pretty bad. I did pretty good because they're all beautiful. All ages, all ranges, and they are mostly all single. So we want y'all to join us tomorrow night. Let everybody know. If you see the flyer, share it. Uh, men, what y'all think about that?
Oh, that's hot.
That's fine.
That's fire. Y'all gonna be watching?
Absolutely.
Y'all gonna do
Yeah.
them like y'all gonna do them like they do us?
We're going to be all in those comments.
All in.
Me and Frank, we tag teaming tomorrow night.
My plan is to we'll have to do it on Zoom because we can get as many people on here, but we have to do it on Zoom and put it out everywhere. But to bring everybody together by the new year, and we have them against them versus us, so that's going to be hot. And then Pastor Lynch,
Yes, sir. Try It Again Masterclass, 3 days. This coming Saturday, Sunday, and Monday from 8 p.m. to 9:30. And we're going to put some things in place. We're going to work on our strategies, our systems, all of our ideas, our goals, and our objectives. We're going to get ready for 2021. It is $49.99. You can go to my Instagram. In my bio will be the link. We got some surprise guests that are going to be dropping in, but we ain't going to talk about them. Just register. We only got 5 slots open, though. I did get the number tonight. We got 5 slots open, so pray that you will be one of those 5.
all right. And then finally for the announcements, I'm getting text saying I'm echoing, but it's really not me. I'm not going to say who it is, but it's not me.
Yeah, Bishop Lynch, you're gonna have to mute and unmute your mic tonight because the quality goes way up once you mute your mic. So you're gonna have to be on and off tonight.
1, 2, 3. See, it's not me. Y'all told you.
The mirror.
I mean, Frank, he said he wasn't going to say, but you just come out and say Lynch.
I'm saying.
I know Marlinda's cracking up behind the scene. No, because somebody called me out, so I wasn't sure it wasn't me.
I mean,
you
he'll
already-
take it for the team. Take
me?
yes, take it for the team. They didn't say me. That's Frank. They said it was you.
They said it was me, but what was I going to do? Tell everybody to mute? I could have sent you a text to Hal Lynch. He could have sent you a text, huh?
I mean, definitely he could have.
Yeah, see, when you talking, I'm not talking, it don't do it. So, okay, and last but not least, my book is out. Yeah, well, we're pre-ordering books. Thank you. Thank you, Broderick. Preparing and positioning for the right one. Pre-orders, and everybody that pre-orders now, you will get a signed copy until you see the flyer change. That is, I'm gonna, and when I tell you, out of all my books that I put out, the pre-orders have been great. And so we're going to announce it on Barnes & Noble and on Amazon in the next few days. But right now, you won't be able to get signed copies there. If you order it tonight, I will give you a signed copy. It's only $15, and we will put it in the link in there. But it's right there on Facebook. Actually, it's right there on Facebook, in the bookstore there in Facebook. GregDavisShow.com, in my Instagram, $15. Order it now. I want to prepare and position you for the right one. It's 86 pages. It's a quick read. It's the story of Esther. I debunk all misconceptions, Johnson, of Ruth and Boaz. Many folk thought that Ruth was waiting for Boaz. You're a lie. He wasn't waiting for Boaz. She wasn't waiting for Boaz. She had been married 10 years prior to Boaz. She had been married to a man that died. She was a widow, her and her mother-in-law. So she wasn't waiting. She had a whole life. She went to the field. She had a whole life before Boaz. Get you a life before the man come. All right? Not waiting no Boaz. Get you a life. I want to teach you how to get a life and not a man. And once you get a life, you'll get a man. Mika, send that to me. Send that to me. Once you get a life, the man will come. Get my book and let me help you navigate. I'm using one of Bishop Hilliard's words. Let me help you navigate through life's terrain in finding the right one. Go get my book. I need at least 100 of y'all to support the bid. We make Oprah and the Van Zandt lady. Come on, Perry, help me out. We make everybody else bestsellers, but we don't do it for ourselves in the kingdom. Lynch's masterclass should have been sold out. Should have been sold out. When Perry's book come out, we want to sell the Bridge book out. We want Broderick's show to be. We want everybody to be successful.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Perry,
sir.
Ray. That's why I said Sunday morning after I watched my church service and watched him and Brian Carn. The whole show. I couldn't watch it when he was on, but I support these brothers. So everybody, go right now, get my book. It should be 100 people that go get this book. Support us. That's how we become and all those. All right. Thank y'all so much. Thank you very kindly. Thank you very kindly. And the church said amen.
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 So we're gonna get started tonight. Frank, we don't need to go through the names, do we? We didn't spend enough. Okay.
No.
Okay, if this is your first time, let us know. At least let us know it's your first time. Let us know it's your first time. If it's your first time, we have Broderick Rice. He's the man in the pink glasses. He's a Christian comedian and an elder. And somebody was talking to me about Broderick the other day, and they were saying most folk don't know that Broderick can really preach. Y'all, Broderick Rice can really preach and really. No, that's for real. I'm not being funny, but you got to separate the comedian from the man, and he's really a great preacher. Or Dr. Orrin Perry, like a son to me. I love him. He's the prophet of the house. How can you get the book? Go to, if you're in, she in Facebook, go in Facebook, and it should be right there in the Facebook that you're in. GregDavisShow.com. GregDavisShow.com. All right. If we can put the link, somebody can put the link on here also. GregDavisShow.com. Dr. Oren Perry is a prophet per excellent, and he's a great mind, anointed of God. Pastor Carlton Lynch, pastors, one of the fastest growing churches there in Benton Harbor, and property owner there and entrepreneur, and he is a great preacher. I don't know nobody on here that can preach. I don't hang around them country. Frank Ray the third. I know two things. I know preaching and food. The foodie, Frank Ray the third, and also helps his grandfather pastor there in the city of Memphis, Tennessee. He comes from a great lineage of preachers. Frank Ray the third has his own show on Thursday nights at 9. Frankly speaking, Pastor Jay, we call him the senior statesman of the group. He is a good guy. I looked at one of his services one time. Just started pastoring down there in Florida. Anointed man of God. He is an intellectual. He wants a first lady with a big hat and love God. If you don't go to church and don't want to sit on the second row so he can look at you and say, hey, baby, then he's not the one for you. All right. As you're choosing, he would not be the one for you. We're waiting on John Terrius Tate. I'm sure he's going to join us shortly, but let's get started. So I want to read something to you.
Is my mic better?
Yeah. You figured it out?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Oh yeah, there we go. All right.
Frank, say something.
No, it's not that. I don't hear it.
Can you hear? It ain't echoing now.
No, it's not. It's not.
No.
Let's roll.
God still works miracles. I believe in miracles.
Absolutely.
If you're insecure, don't. People send me stuff all week long. If you're insecure, don't date somebody popular. True or false? If you're an insecure person, don't date somebody. Perry, we're going to start with you. Don't date somebody. Let's unpack it. Don't date somebody. I'm excited tonight, so I'm going for it. Don't date somebody that's popular. What does that mean? What does insecure mean, and what does popular mean, and why those two don't go together if you're not ready?
Insecurity basically talks about the fact that you're not valuable. See yourself with your own self-awareness. You don't really know who you are. A lot of people are trying to be in relationships, but they're not even have found themselves. And then popularity, it draws. You're going to have people surrounding that individual all the time, whether it is business related, whether it's church, whatever vocation of career they're in. And a lot of people are trying to figure out how can that work? And it will never work because it is really, really toxic. It'll produce a toxicity in the relationship because you'll always question the person. You'll always look at them as a fact of trust. You will never have trust. You'll always feel inadequate. And then on top of that, I think the worst thing I've ever encountered is being in the room with someone that you brought to something and they don't know how to respond or blend into the relationship or blend into rather the company that you're in. So insecurity is dangerous. It's toxic. It's one of my main things I run from. It is.
So let me ask you a question. You just gave a scenario that's so good, and it's a question that we're going to have later on, but let me ask you a question. What do you mean somebody that don't blend in the room when you take them somewhere? Explain that.
It's
and wait a minute before you say that. And is that a deal breaker?
Absolutely. It is a major deal breaker because it's identical to taking someone in a room that doesn't understand how to wear what hat, how to talk to people, how to engage. And this is the thing that gets it. This is something I learned about myself. When I used to go into rooms and I didn't know who people were, I was standoffish. Not because I didn't want to engage, I was insecure in the room. Therefore, my insecurity in the room was misinterpreted as arrogance, misinterpreted as pride.
That's good, Perry.
Yeah, it's misinterpreted. And people will begin to judge you based upon your distance. You don't want to, you don't want to talk to people. You don't want to engage. You have to be able to blend into any environment your significant other is going into, especially if they are popular, especially if they are someone of class or someone that has a name. You got to understand that, because again, that's a major deal breaker. You can destroy really relationships that way, or you can destroy partnerships outside of the relationship you're in by way of looking, by the way of perceiving, how they perceive who you're with. Because people don't take time to unpack you. They judge you by what they see from start. They judge you by what they see. So it really is, it's a major deal breaker. It's a major deal breaker.
We almost have 500 people. We almost have 500 people on every platform. If y'all could just share. Sharing is caring. All right.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring. So share this invite. So Lynch, how are y'all saying that y'all really don't have time to teach? I don't want to use train, to teach somebody how to fit into your worlds. You can't work with the insecurity.
But before you answer, Lynch, you just said you don't want to say train. Why not?
They don't like that.
But I mean,
That
we've
sounds
been,
like a
we've been
dog.
using the word training for years. We have training sessions at church.
Yeah,
for
but
you to train
I was,
to be in
Bishop,
position.
I was trained, so I'm going to be training and teaching.
The reason I brought that up is because we tend to we tend to alter our verbiage to cater to the ear of a certain demographic or group, and I think we need to stop doing it but anyway, okay, go ahead.
No.
And Frank, that feeds into some of that insecurity too, is the inability to want to be.
Would you like somebody to say that they were training you, Johnson?
If it's the truth, I was trained by the old preachers.
You would let a
No,
woman train you.
you were not trained by the old preachers, because the old preacher would not tolerate you and Frank interrupting. Bishop said, "Lynch."
Look at the response.
Bishop asked me to preach.
Every woman on here, train, yes or no. Use the word train, yes or no. Go ahead, Lynch. I did call for you to preach.
Well, I don't know, Bishop. I'm a tread lightly tonight because of our first time guest. I don't know if I like the word train.
Ooh, he's on my side.
It sounds kind of, and I don't think you can use that scenario, like Johnson just said, I was trained by the old preacher, but that's something that you sign up for voluntarily. I think it's different with somebody you're dating. They didn't sign up to be trained. They signed
How
up.
come they didn't?
Yes, they did.
What you mean they didn't sign up? Yes, they did sign up if they with you. What you mean?
They signed up to be trained by me.
They signed up to be with you.
Perry, come on now, Perry.
Let's see, you're trying to put me out there. Look, I think that it depends on the relationship. You know what I mean? But the word train is interchangeable. Train.
How y'all get stuck on train?
No, because I think it's indicative of sometimes the disconnect or how we as men sometimes lower ourselves for everywhere else we can use the word train. We use it in church. We use it when we teach. So we use train.
I'm gonna tell you, I wouldn't want nobody to say they training me in a relationship.
Bishop,
I would say that they're adding to me or something like that. I just don't think that that's a good word. That's just me.
But Frank,
Dogs are trained.
Exactly. Can I talk to Frank? Can I talk to them Baptist preachers?
But how though? How is it
but-
just
but
dogs
Frank,
trained
but
when we
Frank,
use the word everywhere else?
But Frank, when you just
Training class. I mean, come on. Yes. I signed up for training this week at the gym.
you signed up.
Yeah.
When you're dating somebody, they don't sign up.
What you acting like I'm tricking them or
They signed
something?
up to be trained by me.
What they saying? Am I tricking them?
Trained by me.
Was
Y'all
it a
know
trick?
what?
Was it a game?
Just let me say one thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I feel like I'm gonna do some cussing tonight. Y'all go ahead. I don't want my daughter dating a man talking about he training her.
The devil.
That's because you got a double standard. Because in your
No,
heart,
no,
you
No,
want to train
because
your
I
woman.
wouldn't want to treat. No, because I wouldn't want to treat a woman. I wouldn't want to treat a woman no less than I would want my daughter to be treated.
Absolutely, but there's nothing.
I
wrong
wouldn't
with
want to. I mean, I wouldn't want a man.
But what
You
are you?
don't have no daughter,
But what are y'all talking about? But what are y'all talking about training?
We're gonna argue tonight.
But what are y'all talking about?
tonight.
What are y'all talking about?
Frank, you have a baby girl.
But hold up, no, let's back up. No, let's back up.
No, the
when it
initial
comes to
question-
training,
the
no.
initial
Let's
question
back
came
up.
to me. The
Who
initial-
said training
No,
was
Frank,
treating
no,
bad?
no.
You can talk all you want to. You can talk all you want to. When you get done, ain't nobody say training was bad.
And
So
it's not.
how did we equate training to a diminishing of how we're treating somebody?
Well, Linda, write this question down for the women tomorrow night and ask them: is it all right for them to be trained? Those women tomorrow night.
But I'm asking Frank a question. You
Yes,
have a daughter.
yes, I do. Yep, absolutely.
And you will be
I would
okay.
have no issue. As long as he treating her right, I don't care nothing about him saying train.
Okay, so really,
That's not offensive.
gentlemen, to me, it seems like it's semantics and tactics.
Yeah.
Semantics. Now watch this. The Bible says, train up your children in the way that they should go. Now, I understand. Now, if a woman come to me,
I'm gonna do like a Baptist person. We ain't talking about the Bible.
See that? See that? That's how I be talking about.
We ain't talking about the Bible.
gentlemen, women,
Frank, we the only ones that do talk about the Bible.
it's about
Y'all ain't talking about the Bible
So,
tonight.
Go ahead, Broderick.
whether you call it training, teaching, educating.
So children are
Healthy.
dogs. Children are dogs now because we train children.
Well, no, they're not. I
No,
never-
no. I'm talking to Lynch and Bishop right now. I don't.
No,
but you
you
just
ain't
made a
asking me
valid
nothing,
point.
'cause
The
you
Bible
ain't
But
say
listen,
train up a child.
okay, so watch this. But watch this, Bishop Carlton. If a woman don't know what she need to know to fulfill her being the right one, okay, what do you call her process of coming into the knowing of that?
Can I say this,
To teach
Broderick?
her, to teach her.
Can I say this, Broderick?
Thank you, Bishop.
Look at the screen. You
Okay.
got the Holy Ghost, Sarah Grant.
Okay, but Frank, can I say something?
Go
To
ahead.
you?
Lynch. Okay, go ahead.
You do a proper word study because you always talk about using scripture out of context.
Yeah.
That word train literally means to raise.
Mm-hmm.
So don't play words tonight on us because you don't do that.
No,
Hey.
I've
Mouth will
already-
know.
Hold on, Rice. We arguing. Go ahead, Frank.
I've already gave the preface to this by saying that you sign up for training classes at the gym. You sign up for training classes at church. Training is another word for teach.
Frank, you signed
And
up.
instruct.
Hey, Johnson, hold on. Frank.
And you keep on
signed
trying to make
up.
this point. I don't get
So you
that.
saying when a woman comes into your life, they signing up to be with you?
That's what I'm saying.
How
That's what
come
I'm
they
saying.
not? What else are they doing?
I'm sorry. I don't want nobody that I have to raise up or grow. I want them to already come with they manual.
Okay, so then how much can they afford to have missing, Bishop?
And I'm an older man and I like dating younger, so I know that, but it just flows. I don't think I should come in because guess what? I've talked to younger, and guess what? I learned from them. That's how I'm gonna stay so young, but they ain't training me.
Okay, is it the word that's bothering everybody?
Yes.
Which don't make sense. It don't make sense,
Roger,
Bryce.
it's not bothering me at all.
It don't make sense.
I'm unbothered by the word.
I know.
I think it's based upon mindset.
I know,
Okay,
because
so-
I could call you something, a male chauvinist.
Prophet
I'm
Perry,
unbothered
I
by
gotta speak to
that's,
you.
That's the culture. of the
Prophet,
world.
the Holy Ghost You know, y'all ought to share this tonight because I don't know how this is gonna end.
Well,
It's,
like I
the
said,
same- it's a synonym though.
Perry, do you agree with Frank? Yes or no?
Yeah, yes, I do.
Hold on. Here's the definition. Here's the definition in Webster's dictionary. Here it is.
Hey, Carlton, it's me against all that because Broderick, you know he believe in train.
Train. Here it is.
Broderick
Here it
probably
is.
believe in obedience school.
Here it is. Definition 1A of train in Webster's as a verb, as a transitive verb, says this: to teach so as to make fit, qualified, or proficient.
I think it's just the word.
okay, so I think the concern from Bishop is it kind of like it have a negative connotation, maybe based upon some people's attitude. You know, that I'm gonna train you and you're like, you know, no. But if I say, hey baby, you know, let me train you, let me teach you, let me show. I mean, if you don't know,
Johnson ain't saying it like that. He got an evil spirit.
No, Johnson mean it just like he said, sit in the corner.
Yeah, he said, I do. I believe. I ain't got no problem with it.
Shut up. Go over there.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with being counter to the culture. I've not been called to assimilate or to conform to the culture. I believe in that word.
You're a mean one.
It does mean to mix up, and I'm going to stand on that. So I'm unbothered by that.
You're a mean one.
hey Johnson, they put me over there with you, Johnson.
I'll
Hey,
stand with my brother.
Hey, listen, you on good ground if you over here with me.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, all right. So the original question was, we voted out Lynch. if you're insecure, don't date somebody popular. You take them to an event, Lynch. Okay, they're at the event, and so they're supposed to already come knowing all this or not. That what they're supposed to do, what they're supposed to say. How much do you give them leeway?
Oh, you mean train them? you mean I don't know what to say anymore. But Bishop, I'll say this because I don't agree with the word train. And
How much do you need to?
I don't believe I would date a person that don't know. I don't believe I'm trying to teach
So they already
them.
got to come knowing how to act when they go out.
To me, yes. At this
So
point,
if you
in time.
take them out and they embarrass you, like the person that I took to the Beyonce concert, and she stood on the chairs and walked the chairs and say, "Sit down, you bees," because I can't see.
Whoa.
That's what you're talking about.
That's real.
See, she needs some training.
You asking me, is that real?
That's real. She
Exactly.
She needs
I ain't never told that story before.
No, wait.
No, I'm laughing at Rice.
Tell the story.
So I had these tickets, and I just didn't want to take my buddies and nothing like that. And so I knew this young lady. We had never been out before. She was looking cute, and we went to the concert. We on the edge of the walkway. I mean, we right there when Beyonce is coming down the runway and the water slash. If you ever been on the run, so the people in front of us are standing up on chairs and we can't see. Well, I'm all right. I'm enjoying the music. You know, I'm almost high from smelling the weed in the air. You know,
Right.
I'm on contact. I'm like, yeah, all right. Contact got me. I'm like. So she gets up, walk over the chairs like dynamite. Sit down, you bee. And it's like time stopped for me because there were people around me that knew me. Because you know, church folk go to concerts.
Yeah.
Half the folk in it. And I'm like this. I'm like, oh my
Man, she blew your high.
Bishop,
You know what she didn't have?
Huh?
You know what she didn't have, Bishop?
We too.
What she didn't have?
Training.
Yep, training.
Yeah,
Training.
right, Frank. But home training. Not we talking about a man
Lynch,
and a woman.
I don't care what you say. You off, brother.
No, you off.
You
All the way
off. You
No,
off, brother.
no.
You know,
off.
Mika, y'all always playing that age thing. Let me tell you something. There are older women that act like that too.
Absolutely.
That she don't know how old she was. It don't matter because it's older. a young fool don't do nothing but get older fool if don't nobody train them how not to be a fool.
Ah, see, there it is.
I just said that to get y'all going. We are 30 away from 600 people on all platforms. I need y'all to share this. Share this. Sharing is caring. Yeah, that happened to me for real. So is that what y'all talking about right there? Frank?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like grown women go to etiquette class to be trained on how to
turn this whole
behave
thing into the
in
training
certain environments.
And
So
that
how-
is
right.
by volunteer.
Same with
That's-
men. Men go to gentleman class to be trained on how
you
to
got
behave.
millionaire athletes going to training camp.
They go to training. LeBron trains every day.
Yeah.
So you
It's
want a woman?
millionaire.
You want a woman that you say, I'm training you, baby.
I don't care nothing about that. Train me.
I think it's the attitude, Bishop. It's the attitude in which you either say that or communicate
I
that.
don't know no woman that I would talk to, Broderick, that I say, baby, I'm gonna train you. That's like I'm taking a wild horse and taming you.
And
No.
Perry
No.
don't agree with that either.
It's your perception. It's your
Wait.
perception of the word.
No, I would believe Perry. I believe Perry believed that. Lynn.
I do.
Perry, look at him. Look at his face. He's serious.
If I want a
He's
free,
more serious than Johnson.
Hold on.
Say it one more time, Perry. What you
Well,
got to
every
do?
if I
Say
want a
something
freak,
proper.
I got to train her.
Listen.
Huh? I can talk to you, Kana.
Okay.
It's semantics. It's semantics. There's
It's just the mindset of how it's said.
Somehow, somewhere we perverted the word train to mean something defiling or derogatory when it never meant that.
Go back to that. Go back to that, Melinda. Go back to that. Oh God, she lost it. She said that's done at home. That's done. I guess she's saying before you get it. They should be taught before then.
By who?
Since y'all want to talk about the Bible says to the older women, teach the young women. Oh, y'all quiet now.
No, we listening.
Yeah. Look at Corey Nickel. She said, teach me how to love you.
Yeah.
Don't train me.
It's semantics.
It's semantics, synonyms.
All right.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, how do you sift out whether a woman really wants you, the man? How do you, I know we talked about this before, but how do you sift through that? How can you tell? Or either just in general, how can you tell somebody really want you for you? How can you tell? Because they can put on. People know how to put on now. They're in acting classes. They know how to act.
Yeah, true.
So how can you really tell? Let's open that up. How can you sift? How can you really tell?
Hey, one of the ways is not necessarily allowing her to focus, or maybe even myself, don't focus on what I do or what I'm known for. You know, and here's another thing. I test and see if they can serve. Forget glam and glitter. Can she serve? So I ask questions.
So that's one of the ways to sift, asking questions.
Yeah,
because I want to brain out some stuff. So asking questions is one of the way to sift. Okay.
Yeah, and in some cases, some uncomfortable questions.
Like what?
How is your relationship with God? You know what I'm saying? What are your goals?
Because in my watch this, I like to do on TV. In my new book, I talk about that. If you want the man, you got to get the God of the man.
yeah.
Ooh,
Ruth took on the God of Boaz.
ooh.
And she hung out with Naomi. She said, your God will be my God.
Yeah. That's
Your
good
people will
teaching.
be. Yeah. So go ahead. I just thought I'd throw that in there.
No. I'm done. Somebody else.
Okay, what's some other ways, Lynch? To sift.
I don't know.
Okay, but Johnson is ready.
Yeah.
I would say I can tell you this. Asking them what their personal goals and aspirations are. That will help to determine, are they only going to be focused on what you
Good. That's good, Johnson. Lynch, they said you was on it tonight, but now you losing your collateral.
I feel like cussing Frank out, Bishop.
I don't care. I don't care nothing about that either, brother.
Hey, listen, Lynch. You kind of vengeful. Let's talk to you tonight. Do you carry this over in relationships? Is that how you act in a relationship?
Sometimes.
He,
You just go put your little marbles and sit in the corner.
he over there manifesting, Bishop.
Okay, so what did you say, Broderick?
About
Yeah, what was your point? Sift the way to sift, asking questions.
and sometimes asking uncomfortable questions. And I agree with Dr. Johnson.
And then Johnson said what?
Johnson.
Yeah, ask them about their own personal goals and aspirations.
And that way it tells you if they have something for themselves. They're not just trying to just fall on you. Okay. Perry, can you think of anything else?
Previewing or kind of observing their associations, who they're associated with.
Ooh,
Associations a lot of time defines intent.
that's good.
What is that? What did you say?
Association sometimes defines intent.
It might
Put that
also
in the comment section.
it might also tell who sent you.
Yeah.
Because that's my biggest question. Who sent you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Why you doing? Who sent you?
Yeah, association.
All right. Perry, Frank.
If we could just be honest for a minute, we really don't know. It's always a surface level sift because only time really tells the true story. Anybody can put on a facade for a certain amount of time, but there's an old saying: time always tells the truth on everybody.
Yeah.
So until you have invested a certain amount of time, you really won't know that person's heart, that person's intentions, that person's flaws, that person's upsides. You just have to put in some time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna say to whoever sent this to my son, you really don't want to play with Gregory Davis the second, because he ain't like me. You really don't want to play with my son. I'm just saying, if you watching me and you putting stuff and my son commenting, because my son is halfway saved, you do not. Somebody say, why don't all these men talking about relationship have one?
They
Again,
don't know if we have one or not.
again, right? You don't know if we have one or not, because single don't mean you don't have one. Single means that you are not married,
Thank you.
and so you don't.
I might be keeping my relationship private to keep you watching me every Monday night.
Thank you.
Let me take a moment. This is a very trainable moment right here. Let me train you, my brother, my sister, who brought that out. Isn't it
That devil trying me tonight?
Isn't it amazing that we Christians, for the standard of marriage and relationships, we always quote Paul, when Paul, as far as we know, had no marriage himself. So I think we just got to be careful when we look at people that are not married, as we shouldn't be listening to them for advice when it comes to relationships. Just be careful, my brothers and sisters. You've been trained by when the right one comes tonight. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, I'm just saying you don't want to play.
Yeah, that's too much.
Yeah. Okay, so anybody else want to talk about that? Those were some good points, and that's not just for y'all, but it will help those that are watching how to sift through people and know whether or not, because I don't think you have to be popular or on a big platform.
Yeah.
To be able to sift somebody. You could be a manager at Burger King or something, and somebody could want you for more than just you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You make more money than they may not have a job at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they want you because you just got a job.
Yeah.
So this will help you. So that was good. So next question. How hard is it, Lynch? I need you to get over being mad at Frank.
No, I text him. We in good place now.
Oh, you just got it out on text. how hard is it to love someone who has walls up, that's guarded? How do you get the walls down? Or is it even worth getting them down? I'm talking, hold on. I'm talking as a man, because women think that men are the only ones that have walls. But I've met some women that have walls and guards. And my thing is to them, God didn't make me a construction worker to take a pick and knock your walls down. I ain't got time for it. And I ain't marching around Jericho. You know, I understand there is some apprehension, but I'm not fighting walls. So
me, Bishop, you just answered it for me, honestly. I don't play that wall stuff because I think, and we talked about this a couple of days ago, in a sense, Bishop, and we can jump on it a little bit if you choose. It amazes me that some women will have up walls, Broderick, but they still want to go out to dinner. They still want to, come over to the house. They still want to portray the relationship without being in it. And I think too many women, to me, may need some train. No, I'm playing, but I believe there's some women that really might need to figure out and ask themselves the question, do I really want the relationship? Because I think all this wall talk is nothing more than an excuse and a cop-out.
Yeah.
So that would be a no for y'all?
Yeah. Nope.
Okay, so I mean, none? You ain't gonna, because everybody come with a little wall.
I'm gonna be honest, Bishop. I'm willing to walk around some walls if the city is worth me walking into.
That's good.
Franklin!
If the city ain't worth it, then I ain't marching around no wall.
But sometimes, Frank, you can't tell if it's worth it.
Yeah, but but sometimes you just can see it. You can see it. You can see that it's worth putting in this extra effort to have access to the things you want to have access to. So but like you said, you brought up a good point though. Like, her walls are oftentimes subjective in certain areas. You can't get into this place, but you have access to that place. So that's always an interesting dynamic to try to work. We're oftentimes like that too. Let's be honest tonight. We, all of us on this call, got some walls. Yeah. But we go on dates. We have people around us, but we still got up walls, and we don't let them in certain places. So we are subjected to. So
are you saying that a woman may think that she's in there and she really ain't in there?
Oh, no doubt about that. Yeah. No doubt about that.
But have you ever dated someone, and it's a question for all of us.
Go ahead.
Have you ever dated someone that they had walls up, meaning, and they're making the statements, I'm not ready, I'm still getting over, da-da-da-da. But then she call you, Frank, and say, what you doing? You say, I'm out to eat. You out to eat. Who you with? My thing is, what does it matter if you got walls up? If you're not,
I think that's fear.
Because walls still suggest that you're not in a relationship. So I believe this: if you're not in a relationship, you shouldn't expect for even the man that you are, communicating with, spending some time with. You can't expect for him just to sit at home while you're trying to figure out when your walls are going to come down.
Well,
I think you got to choose. I don't think you can have it both ways.
Yeah,
because there's some occasions I might be okay with your walls because I want to do something else anyway.
Yeah.
So we got to all be okay with that. I'm sorry, Jay. I see you about to talk.
No, Lynch, I was going to say that I agree with you, but unfortunately, that's not how it works. We have to understand the nature of the wall. How did the wall get built in the first place? The wall is made up of many things. It's made up of low self-esteem, insecurity, hurt, dealing with disloyalty, been back. It's so much that makes up that wall. So oftentimes, like Bishop said, they want to move forward, but they're hesitant because of fear. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to corner you and keep you close and yet try to ease into it without just letting their walls down all at once.
I know what you're saying, Johnson. That may be the exception. It may be the exception to a small group, but I still think for the majority, to me, it's like one person running around talking about, they got church hurt. You know what I mean? You've been fired from a job, but you still go find another one. You done got evicted. You done went to another house. I mean, it's all, your dad wasn't in your life, but he showed up and you welcomed him. I just feel like we use a lot of stuff as excuses. I feel like this: if the right man has come into your life and has presented himself as a king, as a prince, he came right and correct. I feel like women need to put more effort in helping the relationship by taking their own walls down, because you may end up missing what you need fooling around with them walls.
So, Lynch, do you think it'd be okay if they're having trouble with their walls? Would it be okay to help train them in how to take the walls down?
You go to hell, because I was delivered. Bishop told me let that go, and you went back. I'm not going with that word train. But
Okay.
do y'all get my nature, what I'm saying about those walls?
Yeah.
I understand
sir.
what you're saying, but just
Keep that up,
those
Melinda. Keep that up,
walls
Melinda. Go
are a
ahead.
plethora of issues that has to be worked through at the end of the day.
And sometimes, by the time I finish knocking down your wall, I'm too exhausted to enjoy your city.
Oh!
I'm too tired. I'm too tired to enjoy
And
you.
profit, that's what usually happens.
I'm tired. I ain't got time.
That's what usually happens.
I don't want it. I'm too tired.
I don't know, Regina, where did you get that from? We're not saying we don't have walls. We said that in the beginning, that we have walls too. What, did somebody say that? Did I in the middle of me?
I know what Regina talking about.
No, we didn't say that. We never said we didn't have walls. We were talking about walls, period. We're giving a man's perspective about a woman and walls. Now you want to talk about us and walls? We do have walls. We said
Absolutely.
that. We have walls. Yeah, we never said that.
Everybody has walls. Everybody has some type of wall.
Johnson, I know I got them. I'm telling you, my famous thing is, where did you come from? What do you want? How did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. You too saved for that, Perry. You don't know that song.
I know.
I know we got wall. No, I got them.
But I think your walls are different. It's not like you afraid to love or to provide.
No. My walls is wanting to know what do you really what
you
you
got
really
to have those walls because you didn't work this hard to get where you are, to have somebody just come in and the question is, could we ask this question? Why do you want to get past the walls?
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I'll drink to that.
Yeah.
So how do people get to the point, Johnson? Let's start you off. That they get in a relationship and they stay in a relationship and they still alone in the relationship.
Ugh.
Let me. You want to break it down more?
Yes, please.
So there are a lot of people that are watching us on the frequency of our voice right now, and watching us, and they have somebody, but they might as well be by themselves, because the relationship they're in right now, they're alone. The person gives them no attention. They give them no satisfaction. They don't touch them. They don't, how do you get to that place that you're in a relationship or a marriage? I know you've never been married, but a relationship that you still feel alone because you're not being given any attention. You're not being trained, Frank.
Oh, y'all messing tonight.
And Bishop, that is so complicated because
you know what I'm talking about, though?
Yes. Yeah, and that could be a lot of different reasons. It could be the initial reason why the person embraced the relationship, because sometimes relationship starts off as being fun. Then the other person is progressing seriously, and the other person hadn't got the memo yet. So sometimes that happens. Other times, people are just not vibing. They haven't took the time to have open communication. They have not communicating clearly their goals and their objectives for the relationship. So it could be a lot of different reasons why people are involved but still feel alone.
How do you, Lynch, you've been married before, avoid getting with somebody that still make you feel like you're by yourself? What are some signs? Do you miss the signs because you just want a body, just need a body, just have somebody in your life, and you
Yada, 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 yada.
I think it's hard sometimes to see the signs until you fully get into it. Because
oh, that's dangerous. Even the thought of what you just said.
yeah, I think we miss them because we're in the hype of the dating. We're in the hype of, man, we trying to get to know each other. We're trying to establish. I don't believe you'll ever know a person fully until you say I do. And then that takes time. Until a person is living in your space, they're in your world. I don't believe that you'll ever know how they move, and so forth. I don't think so. I think that's a difficult question. I think the better question is, when you finally realize it, how long will it take for you to address it?
Yeah, because my question in return would be, at what stage do I feel unfulfilled? Because if you don't have my last name and there's no ring on your finger of mine, I have no obligation to stay in this with you. So I'm leaving. I mean, it's quite simple. If you're married to the person and you're now feeling unfulfilled, there's a different conversation to be had. There's some working to be done, but pre-marriage, it's a simple fix.
I just believe there's too many women and men that tolerate that foolishness, and then they just say, I'm gonna just deal with it, and I'm gonna step outside and get what I'm not getting, and that's where cheating comes in at. But again, and then I also think, Prophet Perry, I think we ignore. I think all these things come from ignoring. It was always there. Stuff just don't happen. And y'all can disagree with me. I think we ignore too much.
I agree with that. I think for one of the main reasons I personally perceive that relationships die is familiarity. Familiarity has killed more relationships than betrayal. So
Wow.
we have a lot of people that are so familiar that you don't see the value in what you died to get anymore, because you don't want to invest. You have to take moments to do new things with old people, old patterns, old behaviors. You have to do new things. So I think one of the main reasons is familiarity. You too familiar. You just take them as, oh, the newness to wore off. It's like a car. Had it for a while, but now nobody could eat in it. Nobody could do anything now. Anybody can eat in it because you've let the newness wear off. So I think familiarity is one of the things, and familiarity does lead to betrayal eventually. But I think it's familiarity.
Yeah, I think with this question, Bishop, and I know, where most of you stand. For me, when I first start dating someone, I try to do everything that I would think they would not like, if that's who I am. I would prefer. I got a lot of phones, devices. I do that, and I want to know if you okay sitting in the living room while I step out to take care of some business. It's those things. And I think too many times when we meet people, we try to send the representative. We're not really who we say we are. And then it's like one day you wake up and like, man, where the hell, who are you? And I think that even when we start this whole dating space virtually, you look at people's bios and their profiles, but that's really not who they are, Rice. And so I think that the only way that you can really figure out this space and place that we're in, you're gonna have to spend a whole lot of time, with them. I remember we was doing the show one time. We talked about being cluttered. I know John Terry has made the statement, he don't mind his wife and person he's with, be with him on the road. But I think that's good too, because the truth is this right here: to know a person, you have to be around them. To know them, you have to spend time with them. And so that's where when I first started, I just want to be who I am up front, so we don't have to spend a whole lot of time wasted.
Let them go on a trip. That's where you really find them out.
Why you say that, Greg?
Oh, just trust me.
I've done it, but I just want to know why you say.
Bishop, speak on it.
No, because I think you on the phone with them, and you live in the city, and y'all go out on dates. They come over for a little while, go home, whatever. But when you travel with somebody,
Yeah.
you actually seeing all their movement and what they do in all times. I think that's the true essence. I'm telling you, that's probably why you laughing, Johnson.
Because that's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
he had a flashback. He was like, I remember. No, I do. And I know the deep Christians getting ready to say, oh, but are you fornicating? Let me tell you something. There are some men. I have done it. I went on trips before with women and never had sex. No, Ray, don't look like that. I'm talking about me. Ray, you give yourself away, boy. I tell you.
I ain't saying nothing, brother.
When you go to that, brother, no, I'm serious. I have, and you find out. I'd be like, nah. I mean, some comes over them when they get in another city. I mean, it's like, ooh, I'm out of that. I can be some. No.
But,
I mean, promise you.
But the best when you go out of town with them, Bishop, the best thing to do now, since they got Airbnbs where you got little space, because it will make you think you're at home. With them. The hotel, that might be too much pressure on them because it's so confined. So I think that you need some space. I don't even know if it's all the way out of town, just in town. Spend time. I want to be around there. I was dating this girl that I liked her until she got with her family. I mean, they were loud and they were just talking ignorant. You know what I mean? It was just too much. I liked her. You know what I mean? I was gonna marry her, but every time I got with her family, they literally made me sick. You know what I mean? They couldn't talk about nothing. I really didn't understand how ignorant she was till she got with her cousins. I thought she was pretty smart, just one-on-one.
So what do you think made that come out of her with her cousins?
She was in a familiar place.
That's what Perry said. Familiarity does more damage than betrayal.
That's good, Lynch.
Yeah, she was in a familiar place. Her cousins was ignorant, so they like, no, don't you come in here as their representative with this nigga. Come on now.
We know you, Broomhilda.
You know what I'm saying?
What's wrong with you? Why you acting like that? You know that ain't you.
Yeah.
Facts. Yeah.
So what happens then? Let's go deeper. What happens, Johnson and Perry and Broderick and Ray and Lynch, when you like her, but her family ignorant?
Well, I can answer for Johnson. He's not going to the dinners and all that. She gonna bring him a plate back to the house.
If the family
Put me in that same box.
But what if you want a woman that wants you to do all that, Johnson?
When you marry her, you marry the family.
Absolutely. That's my
But then
statement.
I have to be okay with the family. If I'm not okay with the family, then I'm going to go another direction.
Yeah, when you marry her, you marry the family.
Huh, Johnson?
So y'all saying, let me see if I'm getting this
We're
right.
talking about marriage.
Right, that's what we're talking about. So let me get this right. If a woman's family that you don't have to live with them, you ain't got to see them, but holidays and here and there, if her family is ignorant and you don't like them, and you really into her, you feeling her, you vibing with her, Johnson, you saying you have to do something else.
Yeah, I'll go another direction. Because at the end of the day, people are going to be connected to their family. And
So
that's too much drama to get yourself involved with. You're really wasting your time. So if you're not vibing with the family, you're wasting your time. I prefer to vibe with the family as well as the young lady, and then we all can be one big happy family.
Yeah.
I'm with Johnson.
Yeah, I'm with you, Johnson, on that.
So that's a walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, she taking it
I'm
there.
I'm
They-
gonna add something to it.
Come on.
I think it depends.
She said
on-
that's discrimination. Go ahead.
I think it sincerely does depend on how interconnected she is with that family. Like how much how much of an influence are they on her? How much are they in her ear? How much do you see her change when she talks to them or when she's around them? So I think that's a factor. If she's completely different and she's not
Bring that back. Bring that back, my
as
man.
as interconnected with them, then I think it doesn't have to make that big of a deal.
She said that's a lie. I am not my family. But listen,
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that neither. But listen, you may not be them, but we got to deal with them. And
That's
can
true.
you watch this, y'all? Can you train your family?
Oh,
Yeah.
They didn't train you.
No, I'm saying seriously.
Yeah.
yeah.
Unless I ain't going. Let me tell you this. Pastor Kim's mother was something else. I knew her from church before we got married. And don't take this the wrong way. But when I decided to marry Pastor Kim, she was dying of cancer. I never had to deal with her. I hate that. I mean, that was her mother, but even Pastor Kim was like, it wouldn't have been good. Even on her deathbed, she told her, "Why you marrying that man? You don't know him." On her deathbed.
I just want to add right here and say, y'all see the example of the oil and good training. Y'all see how that word has been released in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And now everybody is letting it go because they have a different understanding because they've been trained
Negro, I'm
on
being,
what that word means.
I'm being funny, Frank.
Come on, church.
Y'all want to go to the next one?
Yes, sir.
I want to say that
Go
for
ahead.
a moment
Go ahead.
because I agree with the sister that just made that comment. I guess
Cause she cute, huh, Lynch? Cause she cute.
no, that's what you like. You like the red bones. No, I'm saying so, Johnson. So you're saying that if this person's family, if you don't connect with their family, then
Now we're talking about the person who is connected to their family. Now there are some people who are not connected to their family, so that rule wouldn't apply to them. We're talking about that woman that is strongly, integrally woven, integrated into a family, real estate, have a
Right.
strong family bond. You're
Right.
wasting your time trying to break that bond or trying to make progress with that stronghold. It's just a waste of time. Now, if I'm involved with a woman that's connected to her family and I'm vibing with the family, that's all the more better. Because again, we're gonna be one big happy family. We're gonna be all in the family. But if I'm warring against a family that she is strongly bonded with, that's a warfare you don't have time for.
yeah, Johnson. I
You
think
do
I agree.
that-
I
you
think
do-
I agree with you on that.
You do marry their family.
Marry the family, bro.
Oh yeah,
I agree with that.
your
Marry the
children,
family.
grandchildren, all that. That's all.
Marry the
You
family.
married the family.
That's gonna be your children, grandparents, they aunties, their cousins.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We go on Lynch.
Yeah, I'm tired of arguing with Frank and Johnson. Yeah, I ain't got no more strength.
So, what are some things people can do to work on themselves to receive their healing after a toxic relationship?
First of all, get therapy. Go and talk to somebody. And I'm not talking about your cousins and them either. Go and talk to a professional. Get some therapy. That's the first thing that you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What else?
You know, one of the things I believe most helpful, be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Be honest with yourself. Watch this, because it's easy to point the finger at that other person who at one time was an angel in your life, but now they're like, some women, I take them out to eat, show them a good time, do evil in the sight of the Lord with them, and they enjoy all of that. But then when it go wrong or whatever, now I'm an evil dictator. I'm a monster. All of a sudden, be man or woman, be honest with yourself. And I have to say, what was my responsibility? What was my, watch this, lot in this matter? So I gotta be honest with myself. But then when I came out of my divorce, I had to go see a psychiatrist, and I'm not ashamed, because I said some stuff in that psychiatrist's office that I could never said in the church or down at the mission meeting. They would have thrown me out. I would have lost my badge. They would have took my badge, my mission badge. So be honest with yourself, and that therapy don't hurt.
Yeah, and I think don't doubt yourself. A lot of times you get out of it, and sometimes you begin to look back at it saying, what did I could have done to make that better? When you make that decision for yourself, keep going and focus on your healing, your present. And I've been saying it for a while, and forgiveness doesn't mean access. Once you're out of it and you forgive them, it don't mean you have to go backwards.
Okay. So,
Bishop, I just heard something. Bishop, I just heard something. I heard wisdom say, don't make your next your nurse.
Yeah.
Get healed. I'm gonna say that again, Bishop.
That's good.
That's real
Don't
good.
make your next your nurse. Get healed. Come on now, do whatever you need to do, or the things that are wise to do, and whatever I said. But don't make your next your nurse. I gotta write a book, Bishop. I gotta write a book.
that's good. No, Broderick, that is really good, because we do make our next after we've been in touch. So, not getting into y'all business, but give me some stuff that y'all did, or did y'all? What mistakes y'all made? Who's been in a toxic relationship?
That would be getting into our business.
Well,
I don't mind getting into my business.
Are you here for transparency? I tell y'all, but y'all light up and I tell all my business.
That's you talking about you and Lady Kim.
Oh, okay. I'm alone. That's all right. Y'all buy that book. That's all.
Bishop, let me say this about. Let me just stay in this same vein. I think that when we talk about toxic relationship, I agree with Johnson. I really do, and I don't think enough people do go to see a therapist, and I believe men should do it as well. I think is a personal. Some people can just get over toxic relationship. Is over. Is over. I'm done with it. Frank, I don't know.
Do they really though, Lynch? Like for real?
Yeah, I think Bishop. I think you, Bishop, for instance, when you're done with something, you're done.
Oh, I got walk away, brother.
You see what I'm saying?
I'm anointed for walk away, and never will think about it again. Yeah. Like seriously.
Now it may take you a while to get there.
It does. I'll tolerate you.
But I'm gonna say, Johnson, for everybody should look at a therapist, but everybody don't need it. There's some people that can embody. They are the president of the ministry of saying goodbye. They can move on and think nothing of it. Frank, for instance, if you've been in a toxic relationship, how long would it take for you to remove yourself and move on?
Physically, not long. Mentally and emotionally is another story, if I'm being honest. Because we can move on in body, but it still lingers on emotionally and mentally. And so we interact with that next person in ways that we don't even realize that as a result of our past experience, now we're causing the new one pain because of what we just went through. So even though I'm going through with moving on physically, I mean by being with someone else, I'm going out on dates, doing this and that, does not mean that I've fully moved on emotionally and mentally. Yeah.
And that's the reason why hold on, Jay. I agree with that 100%. Matter of fact, yeah, that's true, because it will stay on my mind. And I'm glad you broke that down. The physical, over the mental. Yeah, it'll stay on my mind because I was in a toxic situation. Broderick, please stay on right here. I was in a toxic situation. And a preacher crossed me and what made the relationship toxic. And I still I can't wait till the convention open back up, Frank, because I'm not there in body, but in my mind, I still want to slap. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I understand that whole mind thing, but I don't believe, and this is just for me, Jay, I don't believe that the therapist is going to help that part of me. Honestly, I feel like when you cross me, I don't know.
I just think that's you.
Let me tell you what therapy
No,
I'm
Johnson.
gonna tell you why I say that. Because a lot of times when you start expressing yourself to somebody, healing does come through communication. So I think that because you can get some people, as you said, physically, we move on. Physically, a lot of people get under to get over somebody, but at the same token, it doesn't mean that you emotionally don't move on as well. So I think a therapist does help that to a degree.
Yeah, but I tell you what though, and I'm talking about and Bishop talked about his personal a lot. I'm talking about in my situation where another preacher crossed me.
Oh,
I don't think I need a therapist. It will get off my mind if I can beat the hell out of them. I will be released from physically and mentally.
You ain't got to worry about nobody getting in your DM because they think you're gonna be violent with them.
No, I'm just no.
But listen,
Hey, Bishop, it was that
Johnson
picture
agreed.
on the show.
This is
Remember
what
you said that gangster picture?
Right.
This is what therapy does. Therapy helps you to discern and to figure out, and somebody's there to walk you through why you got in that situation in the first place. And that's why I always tell people, one of the main reasons why I recommend therapy is just because you moved on from it don't mean that it has moved on from you. And that's why oftentimes people find themselves getting into another relationship that look just like the relationship they call themselves moved on from.
Because they're the problem. They're reflecting what's inside of them. They're drawing.
And they're still attracting. They're still attracting that toxic and that dysfunction.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's so important to navigate through therapy, to go through those healing sessions so we can begin to understand why we are attracting that person. Why did I fool around with that Jack Lay no good preacher in the first place?
Yeah.
Why he got to be a preacher?
Lynch.
You said something for Lynch. Okay, I get it.
Lynch, he just threw off on you.
Yeah,
No,
good.
but it just hit me, y'all. Go ahead, Lynch.
But I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody in the comment section, boy, Lynch violent. No, Johnson just playing that innocent look. I hear what Johnson said about the theory.
Hey, Lynch, everybody know I get down. There ain't no joke. Everybody know I get down.
That's no
secret.
And still go to therapy,
y'all.
And still
Yeah,
go to
exactly.
therapy.
Listen, I'm gonna get down and then go to therapy. I'm gonna do both now. Now I don't play that.
Exactly. I'll do both.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Go ahead, Frank.
Y'all, it just hit me that the same steps to recovering from a toxic relationship is the same steps to being saved. Acknowledge, believe, confess. Acknowledge where you were, what you were in. Believe that you can come out of it and do better. But then there's also confession. That's where therapy comes in, because where there is no confession, there can be no saving. So you must confess it. See, we oftentimes acknowledge, we oftentimes believe, but we don't oftentimes confess because we ain't talking to nobody about it.
Yeah.
So that's
good.
the missing element of many of us as people trying to move on from toxic thing, is that we're not confessing. And then when we do confess, we're confessing it to the wrong people.
Absolutely.
Frank, that's a major book, Frank.
Yeah, that's good, Frank.
That's a major book.
Ladies,
Frank, lift your hand.
You sound just like your granddad.
Yes, sir.
Listen, ladies, hold on, y'all. If y'all miss what he just said, you need to repeat this because he just dropped. All y'all that be DMing me, I'm in a toxic relationship. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
I need to try to get him out of me. He just gave you some points to get rid of toxicity.
Yeah,
Give you the
yeah, that's good,
salvational
Ray.
plan for
Absolutely.
toxic. Yeah.
That's good, Ray.
No, that's good. Seriously. And
Yes,
and
sir.
and and I don't want us just to come here and I want us to come here and talk and give some resolve on Monday nights too. Because there are people that are listening. I don't care what others say, but there's some good. That was good, Ray.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
must
sir.
got, you got some sleep today.
No, the Holy Spirit just texts me, and I,
All right.
I gave it out.
All right.
But Frank, you shouldn't let that go. That I
Yeah.
can see that's a major piece of them, some major words
Yes,
to
sir.
be, to be pulled together. I'm serious. That
I
was
receive it. I
He's trying to
receive
make up now for cussing you out earlier.
it. I did not.
No, I'm talking about Lynch text you and cussed you. All right, let's go to another one. Let's do a few more. It's a sex one here. I'm gonna wait on that. So,
Well, I'd like to hear that.
no, that's all you, bro.
so what about a man? Do men? What's the difference? What's the difference in a woman giving you attention? Will we admit that that we all like attention from a woman?
Yeah.
Frank, you did what? You're not sure?
yeah, most
He
definitely.
was like,
Most definitely.
Johnson?
Yes.
okay. When does it get to you're smothering me?
See, that's what I was waiting because I knew you were going somewhere else. That's why I did.
Hold on, Lynch. I like you tell me. Hold on, Bishop. Hold on. When does it get to be too much? When do you call me too much? When do you want to see me too much? When do you want to lay up under me too much? When do you want to hold my hand too much?
Yeah.
When do you want to FaceTime me too much? When do you don't understand that I need my own time to myself? When is it too much? And sometimes we overdo it because we have not had anybody to give attention to in a long time. And then we give somebody attention that we've held up for 10 years.
Yeah.
And we just want to lay it on them. Ladies, you will run a man away.
I mean,
Well, he really don't want me if he don't want. No, he don't want you to smother him.
you're doing too much.
Yeah, there is a thing of too much. Too much. Go ahead.
Guess what they need when they don't have understanding?
Training.
Training. It's training day.
Lift your hands and say, "Yes, Lord."
Training. I just thought I'd appease you, young man. That's the word for tonight.
Train.
No, because there's a difference in giving me. Now, I love PDA. Okay, I love people. But give me a minute. Give me. You know, let's do PDA for 15 minutes. You know, and then let's take a time out and not touch for 10, and then let's go back to it. You know, even when you're married, you know, you may start off cuffing and because you know you got to say when you're married around here because they just think that you got somebody up in the bed right now.
Right.
When you're cuffing or when you are cuddling, you start off like that, but eventually, don't you go to your corner?
Yeah.
So when, Lynch, does it become too much? What's PDA? We'll tell you another show. Public display of attention. Public display of attention. Holding hands. Hugging in public. Public when we could go out.
For me, I was in a situation that,
I receive it.
yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, I think, Bishop, you explained it, and I can't really say when it's too much. I think I would have to be
I
in
was giving
that.
examples. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll have to be in it. But everything that you said, and Bishop, and here's the real question I would pose to you for consideration: was that at the beginning of the relationship when all the calls and all the? Because if you was too much at the beginning, you probably wouldn't get into the second phase of the relationship. You follow what I'm saying? And many times, a
So,
person,
Lynch, you've never talked to anybody and it started up pretty good, and the excitement of the relationship was there, and then you found out that, okay, this, you know what, this is too much. I must have been blind. I was once blind, but now I see.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, I'll just say yes. It was because I shared with even with John, it was just entirely too much. Like, I hate a person that call me back to back. When you call me back to back, like 2 or 3 times back to back, and I don't respond,
Because we know you got your phone in your hand all the time.
yeah, but and I could be doing something.
Right. That's
And
my
then,
point.
and then sometimes somebody asked me a couple days ago, "What are you doing?" I said, "Nothing." Then they started talking. Wait a minute, I'm doing nothing. Just because I got my phone in my hand, don't mean that I want to talk every time a person call. That's why there's a missed call, notification that I can call you back. And I just think that it becomes too much when you just keep on, and when you're trying to get into my world, it becomes too much for me.
Okay, so Eve has up there, you have to communicate boundaries. Sometimes that don't even help.
No, I think, and
Yeah.
this is just my perspective. I think when
That's what we want, Perry. We want
yeah,
you.
when your world becomes my world, but it's only my world, you lose your world, which means that when it's only just me, you have nothing else outside of me. I want a couple. I don't want a clone.
Listen, ladies.
We're a couple. We're not clones. I don't need you right here with me all the time. Your world should not cease to exist. When your world starts to cease to exist and it's just my world, it's just me, then that's smothering me. That's killing me. You need to have your own world. You need to be able to continue doing what you're doing. Yes, I understand the boundaries, but at the same time, I think you need to understand that, you got to have your own world and know my signs. Learn me. Learn when I'm tired of you. No disrespect. Learn when I'm tired of you. Learn that. Learn my behaviors, my patterns. Learn how I'm functioning.
I think a great situation, Ray, is when you can be in the same house with somebody and y'all ain't saying nothing to each other. You in your corner, you at your desk, she's somewhere else doing what she doing, and they don't think you mad at them. What's wrong? Did I do something? Did I do something? You mad at me? You're not talking to me. I ain't mad at you because I ain't talking. I don't feel like talking. Not in a mean way. Ladies, men are not as emotional. You get a little bit and they pull back. I just think that this is a good subject. We want attention, and it may sound like it's not fair. Because it may sound like we saying we want it when we want it, then we want you to go back in the closet.
But it could be also, Bishop, that
Mhm.
they are used to dating men that had nothing to do.
Space is healthy. That is good right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real good.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can date a person even in your previous relationship. They may think that's okay because their former relationship, the last guy, he wasn't busy. He didn't have anything going on. So and they spent all day together. So sometimes you got to know what a woman has come out of because that may be just what she's accustomed to.
And Lynch, I think that's key to what you're saying, because they also need to know what kind of man that they are involved with. Like you said, the last guy may not have had anything to do, but you have to run a church. You have to run an organization.
Right.
And those other things that you have to do in the community. So you don't have time to have somebody hovering over your space like that. So I think it's just a question of chemistry, vibing, and understanding where the other person is, and also having your own thing going on.
So we take the risk of doing what many have said, and that is set boundaries, communicate with them. Does that work? Because sometimes, Ray, when you tell women those things, they get offended. Oh, so you don't like me? You don't want to be bothered with me? Yeah, yeah. What? So, what do you do with that? I mean, when a woman says they really want you to tell them the truth, some cases I don't believe that.
Right.
No,
It's a setup.
Cause you be
Normally.
like, you said normally, cause you be like, oh, okay, and then 2 minutes later they got an attitude about what you was honest about that they really wanted you to talk to them about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Lynch, go ahead. How do you deal with that? I mean, they want the truth, but when you tell them the truth, then they get an attitude. So then you don't never tell them the truth because you don't really want to know the truth. Because when I tell you the truth, go ahead.
Yeah, I run into that. It almost seemed like a lot of relationships, men gonna have that problem across the board. I don't think it's just men.
Corey, I don't believe y'all really want us to be honest.
No, they don't.
See,
Or they not ready. They ain't ready.
Yeah. Well, they want you to be honest so they can, take it to another extreme because they really do want to know what's on your mind, but they can't accept your honesty.
well, they want to know they want to know that what you think agrees with what their emotions say you should feel. And so whenever your honesty disturbs that, it becomes a problem.
absolutely.
That's how I think that you honestly weed out the right one. You got to be careful. Whenever you feel like you got a woman in your life that you got to lie to in order to keep the relationship jailed, she ain't the right one. Because the right one you will be able to be honest with, even with things you thought you could never be honest about, and she still accept it and be okay. That's just my opinion.
Frank, you know one of my pet peeves?
Go ahead.
When a woman will say, be honest, and then you tell them, because you frankly speaking, you
Yeah.
say what it is, and
Yeah.
then they come back and say, but
Yeah.
no, hold on, we ain't
Yeah.
talking about me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't like that
Yeah.
shifting lane
Yeah.
stuff. Now,
And
you
it-
tell me to be
Yeah.
honest, and I tell you my honesty,
Yeah.
then you want to tell me about, no, I didn't ask you to be honest.
Yeah. And it almost puts you in a position where you feel like, I feel like telling the truth is now hurting me.
Yeah.
Because every time I tell you the truth, you use it against me. Every time I tell you the truth, it's an argument. Every time I tell you the truth, you get in your feelings.
Yeah. They deflect it.
So Corey, I hear you what you're saying, but you may not be fragile, Corey, but there's a lot of women that are. And let me tell you what you do. You muzzle a man
Yep.
Absolutely.
when he tries to do it one time
Yep.
and he listens to you and he really think
Yeah.
that you being truthful and honest. Come on, y'all. I'm on to something.
Yeah.
And then he becomes vulnerable to you.
Yeah.
Tells you exactly what you said you wanted to hear,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then you let it out,
Yeah.
and then your whole countenance change, and
Yeah.
your whole body language change,
Yeah.
and your I forgot this is for free. This ain't no master class. Okay, I ain't gonna
Yeah.
give y'all all that. I'm
Cut-
kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause see, I've been put in that place before, like in the early on stages of dating. And this was my fault.
Can you take honesty, Corey? Go ahead.
This was my fault. She asked me some things and I was honest about them. And her response was, "Ain't you a preacher? Like, ain't you a preacher?"
See?
Yeah. And I
Like, so
think that-
now you put me in a position where my humanity diminishes my divinity. And so now I can't be myself with you because I can't trust you with I can't trust you with me, with the bare me, with me behind the stage.
Yeah, she can't trust you with the honest. You can't trust her. How does it go with the honesty she asked you for?
Yeah.
She can't be trusted with it.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times when our honesty doesn't complement the emotion they want,
That's what I said. Yep.
it becomes you become the enemy, and then I have to withdraw, and so you're not gonna get the response from me anymore.
But you know what? That's on every level, fellas, and y'all definitely know it as preachers. That people always, come to pull the truth. A guy asked me one time at my church, man, how come you don't never put me up to preach? I said, you know, man, we just working on the scheduling, you know.
Yeah.
And he kept on. I mean, you done already rotated twice around. I said,
You really don't want me to push you to answer that question. You don't want to push me to answer that question.
you know where I'm going, don't you, Bishop?
Oh, yeah.
And he said, well, just be honest to me. Why won't you put me up? I said, no, Doc, it's all good. Dog. We're going to get you. Well, no, man, just be honest with me. I said, hell, you can't preach. You know what I mean?
And Frank, what do we need, Frank?
Training.
Training.
Hey, Frank, he need to be at the Frank Ray Bible Court conference.
Virtually.
Yes, sir.
Training.
So, ladies, the takeaway of this is, unless you really can take the honest truth, don't ask us to be honest. Or do you know what you're really asking for when you say, be honest with me?
And Bishop, I saw somebody say men are honest with the women they care less about. No, that's a boy. That's a boy.
Say that again, Frank. Say that again.
She said that men are honest with the women they care less about.
No.
In the movie Baby Boy, that's why it's called Baby Boy. In the movie Baby Boy,
Jody, my Jody.
he lied to the junks that he just wanted to hit. No, he told the truth to them, and he lied to his main thing because he was a baby boy. He had not yet matured into a man. But a real man want to be honest with you. A real man wants you to have access to those parts of him because he shares that part of him with so few people. So he wants you to have that access to him. So that's not true. That's a boy. That's not a man.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not saying that you lie. I'm simply saying y'all want to put it back on us that we're lying, but I want to put it back on you that you are able to handle what you're asking for. Never ask a man for the truth that you don't want to hear.
Absolutely.
Because he's going to tell you because he think that he's in a safe space, and then you turn the safe space into a hell space. Y'all ain't saying nothing with me.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
leaving me out here by myself.
No,
No, you're
I'm
right.
with you, Reverend. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's real.
because you're muzzling us. I keep using that word. When you show us one time that you really don't want to hear our opinion,
Yeah.
you
Just once. That's all it takes. Just
Ladies.
once.
ladies, we got a spill on aisle 3 right now. Let's clean it up.
Yeah.
If you tell us to tell you, and we see that is not a safe space, we are going to go into a corner and put a wall up.
Yep.
No, we gonna lie.
Absolutely.
That's the
And-
corner.
Yeah.
And see, like I said, because normally the woman you gonna be honest with, you already infatuated with her to a certain point. So when she shows you that she can't be trusted with the real you, it changes into something else. The relationship, the trajectory of the relationship automatically changes to something else because how it started off. That's why you got to be careful, like in the early stages, and that goes both ways. Like I said, there was a time in my life where I would still keep on going because I was infatuated, because I wanted what I wanted. And so even though I knew I couldn't trust her with the real me, I still wanted what I wanted. So I kept on going until I got what I wanted. And then it was what it was. I knew it wasn't going to be nothing more. I knew it wasn't going to progress because you had already shown me how you really felt about my honesty. Yeah.
Anybody else?
No,
I think Frank said it. Frank
All
said
right,
it.
y'all. It is 11:37. I'm going to turn it over to Carlton Lynch because I have a radio show to do at 12. This was a good show, y'all. Y'all was focused. This was. If y'all enjoyed this show, just say yes. Just say yes. Let me make a couple announcements. I'm turning over to Lynn. I need y'all to send questions for the men. Marlinda, if you could put up the email address, WTROC. And if you have questions for the women tomorrow night, The women will be right here at 9 p.m. If you got women questions, women, how do you handle this? How do you handle that? I need you to either put men or I need you to put women. I need you to put men or I need you to put women. I need you to leave that up for a minute. That's the email address. Don't go to sleep unless you send questions. I need women questions. Some of the same questions we've asked the men over the however many weeks it's been. Those are the same questions. Don't y'all leave yet. Come on. Y'all, I like y'all lifting your hands, leaving church. Come on. Jesus Christ. We done did all this. God. I don't know what's worse, seeing people leave out in church is this. And then I'm just gonna do this one more time. Don't forget to register. Take it down for now, Mullen. I'm sorry. Register for the masterclass. It's this Saturday, Sunday, Monday. This Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Try it again. Live 3-day masterclass. What is it that you need to try again? All right. Register. All right. Go to his Instagram. All right. He got surprise guests, and I know who they are. All right. And then my book. Thank y'all. Some of y'all went and bought it. Y'all was waiting to the end. Now y'all can go buy it. Preparing and positioning for the right one. Everybody that buys a book right now, $15. I'm going to sign it personally and send it to you. All pre-orders. Go get it right now. Information is tagged in Facebook. You're in the hands of Dr. Carlton Lynch.
Listen, very quickly, we don't have that much time. Bishop has to get off of this platform. We want everyone to sow into this program. Everybody to sow into this program tonight. It's very simple. I want Marlon to put it on the screen. We need at least 30 people tonight that will give and show your
Put that one
support.
back up, Melinda. I'm sorry. Put that one back up. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Lynch.
All right. We need every single person that can give tonight. Try to stretch yourself to give a $20 gift. You don't understand that the people that's working behind the scenes, all of the graphics, the flyers, the video promos that's going out all week, believe it or not, it is not free. Every single person that will give and partner with us. This is a partnership. I really wish we could have 40 people that will just commit that you're going to give $20 every week. Just commit that you already know. There's some people that come on every single Monday, and it blesses me. I'm not lying to you. I be on other platforms, and people say all the time, "Love the show." You know, y'all keep doing it. And listen, I guarantee you, we'll keep doing it, but we need your support. Everything that lasts, it needs somebody to support it. And we're calling for you. Every single person that's on that will stretch tonight with a $20 seed tonight, a $20 gift tonight. We want you to give it now. Go to Cash App, money sign, Greg Davis Ministries 1. I'm sorry, money sign, Greg Davis Ministries 1. There's PayPal information. There's Givelify. And there's also Zelle. Somebody asked about Zelle not too long ago, and they have it. So if everyone can give 20, those that are giving that 20, would you be so kind and just put in the comment section right now, I'm giving. See, people are getting off because they just came in just for the conversation. But I thank you and I appreciate it, and we appreciate the ones that remained with us the whole time. Everyone that will give that 20, I want you to put it in the comment section right now that you're sowing, that you're giving, that you're supporting, that you're partnering with when the right one comes. Wow.
And let me say this, Lynch. Thank all of you that are, I see some of you giving 40 and 50. Broderick always gives. Thank you, Broderick. Also, those of you that are tagging us in posts, thank y'all. That's how you keep the show going. I got men that have tagged us in stories and stuff. Y'all take a picture of this and spread it on social media. Talk about it being the hottest show and all that. Y'all enjoy it. And tag us in it as you share it on posts and stories. Go ahead, Lynch. I'm sorry.
All right. No, it's all good. I want to just call you all's name out while you're giving. Naomi, thank you. Frank, if I missed something. Roger, if I missed something, throw those names out. Tabitha, Ariel, thank you. Stephanie, thank you. Chelsea, Salisha, I think I got it right. Thank you. Give us the Holy Spirit leads you. Marquita. It's always one. And girl, quit playing. She said, give us the Holy Spirit leads you. You're right. Sewing and buying the book. Thank you, Kim Jones. Y'all have 500 viewers on tonight. That's all good. Come on, we need more to give, more to sow. And I really want you all next week just to be prepared. Even before we get to the end, just drop 20 just to help. Thank you, Gayla Lockhart. Thank you so much for your gift. Amicha, thank you so much. And believe it or not, I want y'all to know something. These brothers appreciate you tonight. They appreciate you. Bishop always makes sure that we get something just to help. You believe it or not, none of us are on the road. None of us are taking any engagements. And let me tell you something, a good $50, $60 every now and then, that'll help. Buy some bread. Thank you, Miss Kenny, for sewing. Thank you, Miss Winson, for agreeing to sew. I really wish we can do something, for the first of the year where we just start partners for when the right one comes. Just partners out of the thousands that watch. And we can get 40 or 50 people that will commit to doing this. So we can just do more when it comes to this. Somebody talked about a boot camp. Thank you so much, Miss Graves. Brittany Johnson said, I can't find that Cash App. Let me say it again for you. Money sign, Greg Davis Ministries 1. Trust me, it's there. Tanisha says, sewing Thursday. I got y'all. Thank you so much. Latanya Johnson, thank you. She says, sold. Corey Nicole says, I will partner. All right. Send the email to us and say you want to partner with when the right one comes. All right. Loretta Howard, thank you so much. Michelle, thank you. Let me get some birthday cash first. I'll sow this week. Well, happy birthday to you, Lady Hart.
Happy birthday.
Overseer Eric Dixon, thank you for sewing. Kim Jones, Jessica, thank you for sewing. Come on, sewing on Friday, promise. All right, come on, that's fine. Your partners, you're on Friday, that's fine. I need as many people. Come on, I need about 10 more of you to give on tonight. Come on, 10 more. I want to call your names out. Johnson is all in the comments thanking people. That's what he do every Monday. That's what he do. We want to be appreciative for that. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Brittany Johnson. She says she found it and she sold. God bless you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Come on, I need about 9 more of you that will sow tonight, that will give tonight. And listen, you're not giving to get any, just get knowledge, just get more understanding, just have a platform for you to come. There are people, Frank, that schedules to watch this every Monday night. You hear me? That's amazing. We don't take that lightly that you decide, to do that. I mean, seriously, we thank you. And we want you this week. Next week will be the Monday before Christmas. Yeah. So get your girlfriends and your guy friends and come on and bring them on Monday night. Thank you, Raquel Johnson, for sewing. Don't do that. There was all right. Okay, thank you. Come on, 8 more of you that will give. James said, going upstairs and getting my wife to sow tonight, and I will sow again on Friday. Man, bless your life. All right. Bishop, the Cash App took a bit to pop up tonight. I had to try it 3 times. He'll work on that tomorrow.
Ain't nothing I can do about that. I ain't
It's a lot of people. That's what that is. Christopher Greer, I love that. He said, I added this show to my weekly schedule. Man, that's hot, boy. Thank you. Come on. It needs about 7 more people that will give tonight while they're still giving. Thank you, Janice Lawrence. I need 6 more people that will give on tonight. Come on. Real quickly, we ain't prophesying cars, cribs, and clothes. Just give because you love the show. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
Come on, need 6 more. Thank you, Ariel. Thank you. Come on, we need 5 more people that will give. Come on, 5 more people that'll give. Y'all move fast. Even while we're still talking, I want you to continue to share this. I want you to continue to share this and tag your friends. I'm telling you, people watch this show all week long. I'm telling you.
All week long.
They do it all week long. Come on. We need how many? 5 more people that will give. 5 more people that will give. 5 more people that will give. Just 20. If you don't have 20, get close to it as possible. If your closest 10, give that 10 on tonight. But if you can get as close as possible to $20, I'm done in just the next minute. We got about 3 more minutes to be on. Would y'all come on? Would y'all help me get this 5? Come on, somebody. Is that good for real? Thank you, Raquel. Thank you. Come on, I need 5 more. Would y'all just type, come on, somebody give. Come on. I remember I was at this church one night, Perry, and I was raising an offering. This woman got up and said, and I was trying to get 300 months. She said, Reverend, if I get it, will you sit down? I said, absolutely. She said, here. And she gave it. I need 5 more people that will give tonight. Now, listen, my pastor used to say when I was a kid, if you ain't got it, we ain't talking about you. We still want you to come back next week. This ain't a hustle. This ain't no scheme. This ain't no plot. Ain't nobody scamming. Want you to give. Want you to share. Pastor Johnson, give remarks real quickly. Just 30 seconds, please.
Listen, I look forward to seeing you guys on next Monday again, which is the Monday before Christmas. Great show. Enjoyed you guys on time.
All right. Frank Ray.
Man, appreciate everybody watching and grateful for the platform as well to express our experiences and thoughts on this show.
All right. Roger.
Ladies, it just wouldn't be the same without you all specifically. Ladies, mwah, we love you and we look forward to training you.
I ain't letting that distract me. Jessica, we received that. Jessica Richmond said this show needs to be on national TV. Somebody's TV network needs to pick this up. The ratings will go through the roof. Oprah Winfrey, where you at? Light for real. Wow. We received that. We'll
Yeah.
take you here next Monday. Yes, he will be. He will be. All right. Can I get 4 more people? Perry, real quickly.
Thank you all again, ladies, and support tomorrow night. I'm going to be in the comments, so
Yeah.
join us tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be smart and ignorant on comments, just like y'all do. Oh no, we turn it up in those comments. Thanks so much. I shared it 3 times. Thank you. All right, again, my masterclass starts Saturday, and we have some guests gonna pop in, but it's gonna be just good. We got about 3 or 4 slots available and all that. Cause I think somebody just did something and all that good stuff. So again, Bishop Greg Davis, thank you so much for the opportunity that you've given us again to come on your platform. And somebody said that me and Frank look sleepy. I've seen that a couple of times. I am, because Bishop be having us all night on this new app. So
it's invasive. I
me
have
and
to
Jerry
turn
was
it
talking about
off.
that too.
It's invasive.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to go take a shower, and I'm saying I'm going to bed, but I'll be on Clubhouse.
Listen, I forgot to mention this. Would you do me a favor? I need all of you who are still on. Follow me, please, on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel on YouTube, Frank Ray III, Frank Ray capital I. And you can go there or follow my Facebook page. I would rather you do both. And thank you so much.
Thank you, James Hitz, for your gift as well. We got to go. Bishop is in your hands.
All right. Don't forget tomorrow night, not 10 o'clock, but 9 o'clock for the women. Tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Eastern time. And it is going to be amazing. Thank all of you that have bought my book. Continue to let it share it with some other women. Buy some as gifts, as stocking stuffers. All right. Give them away to your women friends. Let it be a book club. It's probably the best book that I've done. And so preparing and positioning for the right one. Good night, everybody. We're going to Facebook for the radio show in about 7 minutes. Thank y'all, gentlemen. Good night.
Thank you, Bishop. Thank you, brother.
Bless you.